Now it goes without saying that the Knicks offense hasn't been where it needs to be. From their slow starts, to where they erase all their energy fighting, to their not so slow starts, where they lose it in the second half, finding themselves losing a game we thought they had in the bag. No matter what the cause is, they have to fix it. Because if not, then when the season ends, they'll be on the outside of the playoffs, looking in. Now, in my recent video about NBA refs, I noticed that the Knicks lost drive when calls went the other way. Yes, that does play a role, but the Knicks have brought some of this on themselves, from missed defensive assignments that lead to open threes, to them becoming stagnant on offense, relying on Randle to fish them a bucket, something teams want them to do. See, ball movement is the name, and using it win games. The Knicks have to find themselves again. Remember what got them to a hot start and capture that moment. Because it might be the only way they get out of this slump and be the dominant team we know they can be. I, for one, think that implementing RJ and Kemba first in offense helps. Giving them double screens to attack not only gives them open looks, but it also makes the opposing team work. Both of these guys are deadly coming off the screen or going downhill, and it usually ends with the defender trailing, leaving open lanes for the scorer, lob, or pass, or even better with a foul. Giving teams more to work for, knowing that Randle is not the only threat. Preventing them from saving energy, something they do when Randle is isolating. There's no reason to have four defenders standing, looking when they're supposed to be guarding our other players. And as far as Randle and Fournier, they work well together. Taking us back to his play with Reggie Bullock, it worked well in our game against Boston. These two can create havoc, but that's only if Randle declines to play his ISO play, which results to him playing with his back to the basket, waiting for double teams. This hasn't worked, and I doubt it ever will. Why? Because teams have caught on. They know he's going to spin to shoot or pass to the corner three, so they anticipate it, which results in steals or pressure on him or the shooter he's passing to. If the Knicks commit to their driving kicks, we'll be a much more successful shooting team. And that's not to say shoot 100 threes, because that's not what needs to be done. The Knicks are dying by the three, when life could be so much easier in the paint. And sure, refs are not calling it, but when you're going up strong, bumping into defenders with power, making them use their energy to stop you, points become easy, and teams are not refreshed enough to stop players like Rose, Quick, and Obi when they come off the bench. The Knicks have the best bench in the league, more efficient than some starting fives, including our own. So giving them the chance to increase the lead instead of chasing it will work in our favor in most games. Because if they're always fighting back chasing leads, it makes them less effective on defense, something they've gotten better at. And also something our starters can learn from. The defensive effort from last season is gone. From the way we fight over screens to how we help too much, leaving players open from three, which is so maddening because the entire league hit threes. If the Knicks learn to play man-to-man and focus on home, I'm sure teams will suffer from three even in the playing field, forcing them to face our shot blockers in the paint. And sure, that leaves Kemba vulnerable, but our bigs make up for that with how well they defend the pick and roll. So yes, no excuses. Stay with your man and prevent open shots. I would like to thank you all for joining me. And if you're new to the channel and like my content, please take a moment to hit that like button and subscribe if you're new to stay up to date on all my new videos. We're not even a month into the season, so there's a lot more to talk about. So get in that comment section and let me know your thoughts. And remember to always lead by example.